And are you refreshed? Good. Now what?
Hi, Abraham. I want to thank you for your kind clarity for all these years and your wit, your quick wit. It's so yummy, our co-creative ability and enjoying that. Something occurred to me a couple days ago that the desires that Jerry and Esther had of bringing clarity to the world and others helped bring Abraham to us.
Jerry wanted practicality. He wanted something that would meet you where you are. Mm-hmm. Esther wanted to live happily ever after. And it was a nice convergence.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. When I have rendezvous with people and I am tapped in, turned on, and I'm holding the space for letting inspiration to come through, sometimes cool things really happen of Spirit will prompt to say this or ask this, and it's a great conversation.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Your words, I like to hold space. We like that phrase because creating that vibrational atmosphere really is about what the dominant work is about, isn't it? Being aware of what kind of atmosphere I've got going on and what influence I'm under and what receiving mode I'm in, and then that's really good. Yes?
Yes, yes. I feel like I'm on the edge of a breakthrough. I want to...
You
yes.
always are.
Always are, okay.
You always are, but there's something a little resistant in nature when you feel like you feel as you just said what you did. I feel like I'm on the edge of a breakthrough, but I'm on the other side of it. Mm-hmm. Where can you feel how much softer it is? I'm breaking through into, or I'm giving into. In other words, I feel on the verge of a breakthrough is a resistant stance. Just soften it a little bit and feel that satisfaction and eagerness to break through and feel the difference. Now, this is a good opportunity to practice this. Am I feeling satisfaction about breaking through or dissatisfaction about not having broken through yet? It's subtle, but it matters, doesn't it? Yeah. So
I'm breaking through into...
Yeah. I feel eagerness about that. I feel eagerness about what I'm opening into. Yeah.
Yeah. When I get those inspirations,
think about the difference between feeling an impulse and following it and trying to conjure an impulse that will break through.
Yeah. Very different, yeah.
Quite different, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I'm ready to be ready to be ready and wanting to follow the impulse.
Follow the impulse.
It's very satisfying to visit with you because your vibration is really clear and easy to read, and then your words are very accurate to the vibration that you're emitting, and so when we comment you get it every time. That's a nice state to be in.
Yeah. My focus to be in the hot seat. I am doing martial arts and yoga and work with other spiritual teachers.
Can you hear clear?
Working with yoga, martial arts, and other spiritual teachers, feels like they're all looking at me saying, what are you going to do now? As if, okay, you've learned the techniques, but it's all interactive life, this moment, right here, right now. I want to embrace that universal energy through my body in this instant. I know it's not all the time, but to allow that more easily, to allow that more freely, to go with it.
Well, one of the reasons that we talked so much about step 1, step 2, step 3 is because step 1 is the contrast that causes you to ask, and step 3 is the prepared atmosphere that lets you receive. And sometimes when you get mixed up about what step you're in, then you try too hard. And so it's like ask a question and then listen for the answer. But if you're always asking the question, then you can't hear the answer. In other words, it's sort of like some devices where you're either broadcasting or you're receiving, but you can't do both at the same time. And so that's a helpful awareness for you to have, because you are in a state of profound reception these days. And yet sometimes when what you're receiving comes so easily, it feels like you need to goose it up and make it more emphatic than it is, which is a little lackful awareness. It's like it's not dramatic enough. And we just want to remind you that when it's really flowing the way you intend for it to, it all feels like ease and flow. It never feels like tension. And think about what the training or the attitude of the martial arts is. Isn't it the same?
Mm-hmm. Ease and flow.
Put that into words for us as you've learned it.
Ask the question, or
But put it into words for us from the
martial arts.
point of view.
When you and a partner come together, there is a movement of energy, and as you just said, ease and flow with that movement with the other.
It's not confrontive, it's not resistant, it's going with the flow of it. It's finding cooperation within it wherever it is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
It's the same, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just as an observation, whenever my mind tries to figure it out, the connection just wobbles.
It almost locks up.
Yeah, exactly. Any words of wisdom on how to keep flowing with it and not have my mental try to grapple it?
Well, the easy explanation is just don't try so hard. But the more practical and productive explanation is prepare the atmosphere first. And so it's sort of about expectation, but there really is something here that we want to play with you about, because what you are feeling is representative of what so many are feeling. You know for sure that you get this, and you have so profoundly felt your own power and your own clarity and your own current and your own alignment. You've felt it so often that when you don't feel it, you think you're off. And there's a tripping point there, because sometimes the energy just flows in a more profound way than others. Feel the difference between satisfaction and elation. There's a big difference in that momentum, and yet satisfaction is enough. If you just are aware of whether you're leaning in the direction of your connection, and you will let that be enough, then the laws of the universe, the natural flow, will just take you right to where you want to be. But if there is a judgment in the beginning, and this is what keeps happening to you, that I prefer really strong energy flowing to satisfaction, then there's judgment about the satisfaction, which turns it in the other direction and doesn't let it go. That's why we called your attention back to the way that you do it with your martial arts. It takes you a little while to adjust to your partner. It takes a little while before you figure out what dance you're going to do together, doesn't it?
Yes.
And isn't there an expectation that it's always going to be all right, that you're always going to fall into your groove? Yes. Well, this is the way we want you to feel about this too. But once again, we've come back to that important conversation about that satisfaction, and whether I'm allowing that satisfaction to become more, or whether I've decided to be dissatisfied with the satisfaction because the satisfaction isn't stronger.
I understand.
That's such an interesting, I'm satisfied but not satisfied enough. So isn't that interesting? But when you've decided that you're going to be satisfied, I've decided to be satisfied, and I'm going to be satisfied with wherever I am. Oh, what a door opener that is. What a letting the energy flow, preparation of the vibrational atmosphere that is. What an allowing state of being that is. An allowing the law of attraction to do its work, and the cooperative components to line up with me, or me to be one of those cooperative components. In satisfaction, I am a cooperative component to my own vortex. In dissatisfaction, I am not. Ooh, that's worth thinking about. Something more?
Yeah, very good.
Really good. Good clarification. Third row.